Well, good evening, music land. Welcome to the Bus Stop Blues, your very own premier blues music personality and history podcast. I'm your host for the evening, Road Bill. Filling in for Kevin Shoeshine Papa Blues Purcell will be our very own Mitch the Lip. Mitch, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening.
We appreciate you keeping that seat warm while Kevin is out on assignment. He ran out of Tales from the Road, honestly. So he's out there searching for more. We said, don't come back until you get all of that in order and you got some Tales from the Road for our public here. So,
well, if he's in Florida, he should have plenty of Tales from the Road when he gets back.
No doubts. Excellent. All right. Well, we appreciate you listening to this show either on 98.3 on your FM dial or streaming at 983thelife.com. If you're listening to the podcast version on either our website, thebusstopblues.com, or on any of the other podcast hosting platforms, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Amazon, etc., we appreciate you as well. Find us on Facebook and Instagram, X or Blue Sky, or please send us a message at thebusstopblues@gmail.com. We have a Patreon account. Please go there. We love our Patreon people. It's all the rage. All the cool people are doing it. So get ready to punch your ticket and hop on the big bus as you make way to the back seats and get ready for a good time. As tonight, we have another great episode of the Bus Stop Blues. We'll be featuring songs today by the Archangels, Alvin Lee, Asleep at the Wheel, Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, Tower of Power, Otis Rush, the Toots, the Maytals. Is that correct?
Toots and the Maytals.
Toots and the Maytals, and the Commodores and the Meters and Scapone, which is somebody really important here, is part of that. Mitch, how are you? Welcome in.
I'm doing great, Bill. How are you today, man?
Oh, I'm just so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
I've done a couple of the weekly shows we do by myself here,
yes.
That are coming up in the coming days. I don't know how they're not great, but you know, I'm used to having Kevin to bounce stuff off of. So
you have to start somewhere, man.
Yeah, you do. You have to be patient with me.
I think you might have started by yourself.
Well, I came in this world by myself and I'm going to go out by myself.
Right,
so.
Exactly. Lots of first experiences by yourself.
You got that right. You got that right. Anyway, it means a lot for you to be here with us. What have you been going? What's been going on in your world?
Well, I've been working on a bunch of music stuff and started with a couple new bands. I'm doing some stuff out of Milwaukee with a band called the Hot and Dirty Brass Band, which is basically like a New Orleans style funky brass band. It's a ton of fun. Playing a new band. It's kind of a funk and soul thing called Boss.
Okay.
We have our debut gig on July 4th. That's a brand new project, not something I joined that was already in motion. And the really crazy thing came about when I was on a ski trip in Big Sky, Montana. Back in March, I got a call from a friend of mine who had just left South by Southwest and had been talking to someone about writing some music. And he asked me to co-write and co-compose the music for a short film documentary that is likely going to debut at South by Southwest in 2027.
Whoa.
So I've been working on that for the past few weeks.
Nice. How does that work? Is that something that you guys collab on?
Totally.
But I guess my question is, you're not doing it in the same place, right? You're not side by side. It's something you do like via Zoom or?
Well, there have been times when we have been able to get together.
Really?
There's a studio that we go out of in Glen Ellen or Wheaton or somewhere in the West Burbs. And I've also done some tracking in my house. John Griffin's done some tracking in his studio in Italy. I mean, so we literally have tracks flying all over the globe, and it's a ton of fun.
And then you send them to him, he sends them to you. You guys play along with them, send them back to each other, that kind of stuff.
And then when it's all done, we'll take a package and submit it to the person who produced the short film documentary, and he lives in the UK. Wow. So all the stems and all of the recording and all the tracks are going to end up in this guy's hands in the UK, which is pretty cool.
That is unbelievably cool.
Yes. So that's just a few of the things I'm working on right now. Plus all the usual stuff that's, always in my purview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like what?
Let's see. I was going down the list. All the stuff we're going to talk about when the when the guest comes on.
Very good. Well, I was going to say that, I went and saw Kevin Molesky play last night, and that's about that's nowhere near as cool as some of the stuff that you got going. But Kevin Molesky's a pretty damn good player. So
yes,
I tried real hard to talk him into coming and sitting in a little bit with us to do some strumming, but he's a prima donna. So he's the best. I love him to death, but he can take a joke. So hopefully,
yeah. Well, obviously we don't have a lot of Night Burners gigs on the calendar for
what the hell?
Yeah, for any of us. But I mean, we got a few side hustle gigs coming up, and we've got we've got a bunch of shows that we've been doing with the Stoag organization, or Soundtracks of a Generation, and you've had some of the guests that have been on that are quite involved in that, like Sal Canzone, and we found out his life story, which I kind of already knew, but I actually learned even more.
Isn't it?
Yeah, crazy.
He's unbelievable.
Yes.
Well, we do got a couple of tunes that we want to get started with here, and then work our way towards our impressive guest that we've got coming up. So we're going to start off with a couple of tunes. First of which is going to be "Carry Me On" by the Archangels, and then "I Woke Up This Morning" by Alvin Lee. I don't know if you're familiar with either of those two tunes, but Archangels is Stevie Ray's band after he was no longer with us, that they did a little stint, and then Alvin Lee is just a monster player. So we're going to get those started here quickly, and then when we get back from that, I hear you've got a Tales from the Road for us.
I do.
Excellent. I cannot wait to hear that.
I have a couple, actually.
Ooh.
One is a tale from the road riding with Kevin to a gig.
Oh, that's got to be good. Well, that's a good connection there. So we'll see how that ends up. Let's get started with the Archangels and then going to Alvin Lee. And then when we get back from that, we're going to hear that Tales from the Road. Stand by.
Awesome.